Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Tim Farnham with Black Label Real Estate, and this is your Monday morning market update. So we are at the end of the seller season. We are now kind of transitioning into fall, where there is usually a lot less transactions, a lot less homes for sale, a few less people buying. So looking at the data from this week, it was pretty interesting to see what's going on. In summary, we are still very much in a seller's market. Are things always going hundreds of thousands of dollars over list price? Not really. Things have settled down quite a bit. So let's dive right into the data and I'll show you what I'm seeing. This is our inventory summary right here. And what we are seeing is that the total inventory is going down. We're also seeing that the availability is down also from midsummer. New listings are way down and contingents are also down as well. So I'll show you how that plays out. Right here we have our inventory absorption rate, which, as mentioned before, this kind of shows how fast homes leave the market after they're put on the market. And it's the average number of home sales per month divided by the total available in that month. And usually above 20%, we consider a seller's market, and below 15%, we consider a buyer's market. So when you look at the data here, we're still very solidly into a buyer's market. You can see that, the one that is the most into the seller's market remains the same. It's still this, the price range for single family homes between $1 and $3 million. So this right here is the 2 to 3 million. You see that's almost at 50%. But then also this $1 to $2 million price range is still very, very hot. We're at 75%, which basically means that we're barely over a month worth of inventory. And we have nothing down in buyer's territory in any of the segments. So let's go to the next one. Here, this is the condo market. And as you can see, availability is going down. The homes available are 315, down 7 from last week. New homes are down by 4. Price reductions are down by 8. But we're also seeing a slowdown in buyers. So that's kind of expected here. Pending listings are down by 21. Closed listings are down by 2. But here's the absorption still. We're still sitting at 38% absorption, which means that, again, we're still in a seller's market because there's just not that much inventory. New listing price to sales price. This is where it actually is a little interesting. Homes are selling, but they are selling for less than list price now. Did you hear that? Less than list price. These are newly listed homes that are still selling for less than list price. So this is where, if you are looking for a home and you see something that does hit the market and you do like it, do not be afraid to put an offer in for less than what they're asking for, because right now the average sale price for a newly listed home is 86% of list price. So that kind of opens up a lot of doors for people. Usually when people are searching, they're searching for under $1 million and they're afraid to make an offer on that, $990,000 house because they're afraid it's going to be bid up, or maybe their budget is only $900,000. Well, right now in this condo market, in the under $1 million segment, you might be surprised what you can actually buy right now. So, my advice, if that is what you're looking for, don't be afraid to place that offer on the weekend that it comes out, because you never know, you just might get it. In the over $1 million category, again, the overall available homes is down by a little bit. We're at 412. New homes, we are also down by 6, so there's less listings. There's very little price increases, a lot of price reductions though. We had 15 price reductions. So when you look at that, 26 new homes and 15 price reductions, that's actually a pretty interesting ratio. Pendings are down a little bit to 28. Closed listings were at 38, which is actually quite a bit. Homes are moving. But days on market, look at this in both categories. We're actually at 52 days. And so that's why these sellers, when something comes up and they only get one offer in that first week or two, that's why they're willing to take it. And that's why you're seeing the average list price of newly listed homes go down because they don't want their home to sit on the market for 2 months. So let's look at the single family homes. This is another really interesting one. Um, no change in availability for the under $1 million category. Uh, no price increases, very little price reductions, but pending listings were down. Huge buyer slowdown here. Closed listings are about the same, but that all reflects of what happened about a month ago. So it's not much to talk about here. Days on market is still under 30 days. So that's where it's like, it's still pretty hot, but not super hot. But look at this. Look at this 93%. So again, these are homes that sold within 1 month of list. They are selling for now, on average, below list price. So once again, if you are looking at a single family home under $1 million and you see it's listed for 900, but your budget is 950, go for it. You just might get it. And this is average. Some of these homes are listing for, we'll just say 800,000 and they're selling for 700,000. That's why this average is below 100%. Now, this is where it is different. This is a different category of people. So these are the people, these are your first time home buyers and the under $1 million, the under $2 million. So these are the $1 to $2 million people. These are typically people who, are putting the 20% down, who aren't getting a conventional loan or an FHA loan. These are the people who, have a little bit more money to actually buy a house. And look at this. It's still going at 114% of list. So in this market, when you see the house, it's just listed, you're probably not going to get a deal on it. This particular segment is still very hot. Look at the new homes. Inventory is shrinking rapidly. We had 19 homes go on the market this last week. That's down from 15 from last week. That's a huge decrease. Pending listings are also down by 8. That's a pretty sizable decrease. So we also are seeing less buyers. Let's look at absorption rate though. This is the highest category at 66%, which basically means if 10 homes hit the market, 7 of them sell within a month. That's still a very hot market. Days on market is still at 23 days. So that's still like only about 3 weeks. That's just not very much on average. So that's why, this market, in my opinion, is still pretty hot. Let's look at the luxury market. We've got 43 homes available in the under three. This is the $2 to $3 million market. New homes, we're only at 4, which is down by almost half. So that's a pretty big reduction. Price reductions, not very many. We're at less than 10%. Pendings at 10, which is good, not much of a change. Closed is also down by 3. That's almost 50%. So again, we're seeing less buyers, and it's still pretty hot. Absorption rate, if 10 homes hit the market, 5 are gone at the end of the month. So half the homes are selling within a month. That's still a pretty healthy number. Usually, again, it's a seller's market if this number is above 20, and this is at 46. Days on market, we're at 26 days. We're still, hovering around that 3-week mark. And the sales price to list price is about 104%. So you see that number is coming down a little bit. Last week, we're at 110%. Now we're at 106%. So that is a little bit lower, but it's still not significant. Homes in this $1 to $3 million still, if it lists at $2 million, you're probably not going to get a discount on it in the first couple weeks. Now let's look at this over $3 million segment. This is where, again, these are the ultra luxury homes. These are the people who are typically buying in cash, and so the interest rate doesn't really matter. Homes available, we're about the same as last week, but new homes are down by 7, so half from last week. And that's, seasonally we do expect less week over week. So, it is less. That's a big number, 50% less. But it also is, tis the season. It's also a holiday weekend. So that's kind of expected. The back on markets, not very many price reductions, not very many pendings. We are down. So again, less buyers, kind of expected. Tis the season. Absorption rate is still 41%, which still, again, above 20%. They call that a seller's market. Before to get to a buyer's market, they want it to be below 15%. So it's still really, really high. And it's still considered a seller's market. Days on market is getting higher. Right now it's at 38 days, so it is over a month. So things are changing, but we're still not seeing this, market crash or any significant loss of value. Let's look at the buyer indicators here. Price reductions again are going down. Check out, in midsummer we were up in the 80s and 90s, and now we're down to the 40s. So proportionally, that's actually coming down as people are getting used to this new market. And the back on markets, it is pretty steady. There is a little bit of fluctuation there, but it's still kind of hovering, around this, 20 homes per week, which is not that significant of a change. So anyway, I hope you found that interesting. I hope you are finding this useful. If you have any questions about the market or what's going on, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is in the description below. And if you're thinking about buying a house, feel free to reach out. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to, get to know what you're looking for and help you find the house that works for you and your family. So anyway, until then, you have a great week and we will see you next Monday.